Hello! Red here for episode 26 of Byzantine Empire campaign. Apologies if my voice will tend to drop a bit. I'm feeling a tiny bit under the weather. My throat's feeling a bit stuffed up. But I do need to get recording done because I'll be going on holiday for about 2 weeks and I am backlogging, so the last 6 episodes that you watched, from episode 20 to 25, you want to count that as an episode, the 6 episodes, 5 episodes anyways, will be all backlogged from yesterday, so today I'll be just continuing on. So, given time to look around the map today, Castile does now own pretty much England and itself a full shadow of what it could have been. France is now stable. Holy Roman Empire is fighting. If it's fighting a small revolt, I believe it's just against tyranny. So it'll be interesting to see what develops from that. And Christianity has failed in securing Jerusalem. And as for ourselves, we have small relations with a few countries trying to marriage in or cede to the rest of the world. And for the most part though, we are pretty much at a big defensive pact. Apparently we are very threatening to the world at 21%. So as you can see, most countries around us are now deeming us as threatening, so it'll take many years to pretty much get the threatening factor down, and then we go back to war. So for now, I think we need to at least stabilize our own realm a tiny bit. So we'll probably hold one more summer fair. We're also trying to kill Count Humphrey of Lucania. If I recall correctly, he is just pretty much just, he hates us and he's Catholic and he's not going to be able to pretty much convert himself over, so the most logical thing is, instead of reasoning talking to him and making diplomatic gestures, we're just going to kill him. And we still also have the voice of Jesus, so that's always very nice. As well as that, we're actually almost ready if we were to go back to war again. We do have vassal levies that we can always raise once more, but we shall not. So, oh, and we killed him. We got that done. So now if we look back, we have his son, who doesn't hate us at all. Though I won't be able to demand his religion until he's 16 years old. And we have this event once more, so we'll just send him on his way with a bit of money. Or ducats or gold or whatnot. Our retinue is completely filled up, and the local nobles of Constantinople complain about too many peasants entering the city during the summer fair. So it makes someone hate me slightly, a tiny bit. It doesn't really matter at all, despite the fact that he's a lunatic, ill, probably won't last very long. So we'll just tell him to accept the peasants. Not my concern. Anyhow, let's see. I have been thinking, and maybe it would be a good point in time to maybe go and form a few kingdoms. They're fairly small, and what we can do is organize around them a tiny bit. I know I've been talking about how I shouldn't be forming kings and whatnot, but I think the realm's a tiny bit scattered. I mean, having 2 dukes here is not really much of an issue, especially since they can easily come together, and we also have some heresies forming. I'll take good care of that in a second. And also get this marriage with Leon. All fine and done. Or at least I might form maybe one or two kingdoms. Me also now married into Lyon. So forming a kingdom of Greece is not exactly the best idea, since I pretty much just hold the title itself, and I don't believe I'll be able to raise up all the troops myself without getting all the dukes involved. Since it's a lower, pretty much just a lower tier vassal, and I would probably own that. So I can form a duchy, which I don't need to without getting the opinion penalty. Another duchy, I could form that duchy. And I can also form the Kingdom of Bulgaria. And I've noticed that Curacao, while Thermomos, are not the best for terms, and a situation I hope to remedy. I invite them both for some quality time in Constantinople. So I get that straightened out. So I think in order to consolidate a realm, we'll make this northern area over here under a king. The Kingdom of Taurus. Taurica. Also, we're going to go back to a few exorcisms. And we made some family members like us, but nothing seemed to happen with that exorcism. So I think let's form the Kingdom Dorisa. Despite the fact the two dukes are together up here, it probably would be not a bad idea to form it and just create one king. It's fairly small, but at the very least, now since we're having a lot of threatening gestures from the rest of the world, it'll make all give us all vassals a very small chance of expanding. So let's go form it. It costs us 200 gold, 200 piety, gives us 400 prestige though. And let's give it off to one of our dukes. So we have you, 27-year-old Duke, Philateros of Crimea. You're charismatic negotiator, arbitrary, proud, cynical, patient, brave, depressed, not ambitious, so you won't try to dismantle us. We do have a Kinslayer who's 48. Fairly okay stats, but I'll get to the younger man, especially since he has a tiny bit more martial. Is that right? A bit more martial. So we'll give you this kingdom. Plus it's a nice opinion boost. There we go. In kingdom title. Hopefully he'll expand into a few realms up here since he has a bit more land he can manage. Plus now, if I raise his army, it still gives us a pretty tiny amount. They'll probably be fixed later on. Let's also form the Duchy of Palmyra. Probably won't do much, but very least I'll consolidate this realm. Give it to one of these three men. I'll give it to this 23-year-old. It's mice touch, charitable, kind, craven, content. Sounds like a good guy. There we go. Now that's consolidated. And we'll hold off for now since everyone else seems to be rather close. I'd rather keep the discussion between myself and Stabemaster. Can't lose attention, and after listening to both of us, he settled the matter between me and Stabemaster. Fair way. I got the horse and Stabemaster got the coin. My nephew. Let me out. He's the worst at diplomacy. And I died. But now... and pretty much... Basilis Alexos II of the Byzantine Empire. So my name hasn't changed, but I still am now a different person. So I lost some people in council. And I now have a 10-year-old son that I need to educate as my heir. Okay. And I died a natural death, and I have a few pretenders. 5. Though, I guess my grandfather who just died is going to hate me for being a pretender. So be it. I'll just have to be finding myself. And now I have some more people I can add. I know he's 20. I'll probably make you, yeah. Very good. At the very least, we'll have some time to look at our realm. Because a good portion of our people probably don't like us that much anymore. So we'll restrict you. We'll pick a hunting, pretty much a hunting focus. There's no real reason to choose between anything else besides hunting or family. Simply because it gives us extra health, and extra health means we live longer. So I think for now we'll try to find a white stag. Because we already have 2 sons, and we don't have the spawn state anymore. And 2 children lacking a guardian, so we have you, Zid Constantinople, and Prince Valeris, which is my other son, so I'll go ahead and educate him myself. There we have it. And for you, because I can't educate, I can't educate 3 children at once. I simply will find next best person to give who's pretty okay, so he's a pretty good warrior. He's a detached priest, but 10, 16, and good lot of traits, so certainly you like me a bit more. I am still threatening at 19%. And as for a cult, those people probably don't like us that much. All Fairwhacker people do like us. The mayor likes us. Our legacy did not die out as badly as we could. Though a few people just absolutely hate me because they're rivals. And for vassals, they were not that hated that much. So that can be easily fixed. We have 6,000 gold, so giving a tiny bit off to a few people. 116 gold for 22 opinion. It's a bit expensive, but that'd be worth it. Go. I'll give you... I guess I can't give you a title yet. I'll give you an honorary title. Be that guy. And give this guy Cyprus a bit of opinion. So there we have it. So pretty much most of the realm likes us. You don't go directly to me, vassal-wise, so you're not much of an issue. But we will send our council member to prove in Moisa, because that's always seemed to be an issue. So there we go. And now someone else, and now we can also, in the month of April, almost hold another summer fair. So in about a month we can go do that. And looks like our defensive packs are being disabled. Dear Lexos, I would like to invite you to join me for a small gathering of friends to dine, drink, forget about the world from outside for a little while. Be prepared to reserve a few days and just for time to spirit of the preceding meals, count items of roads. Alright. So it looks like Armenia, I don't believe it was a part of its effect before, I'm not sure. But does leave up some room in Italy that we can take. So in a little bit we'll probably just think about going back to war against them. I watched my son Alexander play with another child yesterday and noticed that he didn't want to share his toys. I'll probably make him charitable. It's a bit better than, yeah, being greedy. Okay, and he's charitable. Also good idea to take care of some raiders, so assemble a small army. At the very least, I'll persuade him to leave. I'll go to someone else's land. And we can also now hold the summer fair. Oh yeah, I am carousing, so can't do that. So we'll have some fun. I think we actually should just take care of this problem because they're going to come back. We are not the best general around, so we'll probably be keeping our commandership to ourselves for a bit. And we'll probably focus a lot on stewardship. We do have 9 available holdings, so we can just keep all land for now. You've arrived at the private rooms of Count Ionis. There are plenty of food and drink here, and the mood is certainly merry. You're looking forward to this. Let's get this started. These days are really on excellent escape. So many laughs and so many intense conversations in such a short time. It brings you closer to your companions. It makes it feels like you're good friends already. Now we're friends with the Count of Rhodes. He's not really the most powerful count since he does own how much is this one island, but it does give us nice 300 troops for being great friends. So let's see. It's October, in a month we can hold a feast. If we look at our laws, I haven't looked at it in a very long time. So we can change our crown authority to high, and that wouldn't be the worst idea. We can do that. Legalism is at 3. There's our max right now. But it is a significant change because instead of going from 10, we'll go right to 20. So it's twice the amount of opinion, but we will get pretty much more of troops. More of all troops. One of the eunuchs at the Imperial Court has distinguished herself and brought attention to you of your advisors. They are usually the just kind and loath to admit redeeming qualities in others, even though they cannot deny the promise of this young man. Very well. The eunuch is brought, and you can immediately tell there is keen intelligence behind the young man's eyes. His loyalty to you is without question, and he is a man who cannot be seduced by the vows of women or turn against you with dynastic ties. Despite for years, he is very one renowned for his diplomatic ability. Midgetus. Let's take a look at him. There's I don't do really much of anything. Oh, and he's a level 25 diplomacy. There's not as good as what we currently have. Save now. I think it's time to hold a feast. Celebration of our new emperorship. And we are 20 years old, so hopefully we'll have a long life ahead of us. And we also should probably cancel that ambition. Because we're not going to become... We're not going to become that position anytime soon. So we could decide to give vassal levies, or improve upon them, or we can make all vassals actually pay money for once. I think as usual we'll support the blues. There is a 10 boost, or 10 negative penalty to that. we don't have any tribal taxation, so... So either have high crown authority, or make them pay a tiny bit more. And we can train up a bunch of troops. But I think I will have to make a decision in the next episode. So I'll be seeing you then. Goodbye.